Welcome back there race fans, it's Apex Predator here again. So today we're hopping straight into a Group 2 race at Suzuka, just 4 laps. It's, I think it was race B in today's sport motorcycle. So yeah, it's with the Group 2 cars. I think there's just 3 of them at the moment. The NSX that I'm in, there's a GTR and there's a Lexus as well. I haven't driven the Lexus or the GTR yet, and this is the first time I drove the NSX. So I just wanted to pick one car really and try and get comfortable with it and do the race with that car rather than sort of swapping and changing them. So I'm going to get comfortable with the NSX, which I'm not there yet, as you'll see in this race, driving it quite nervously. I've got traction control on as well. It's turbocharged. I find in the low speed corners it's very tricky to get the throttle application right. You get it slightly wrong and yeah, the rear's going to come around on me. So I felt just for the race, for my own good and everyone else's, but just have traction control on for now, whilst I'm still learning the car. So as you'll see, I'm very wide through Dunlop as well, so yeah, really struggling. And with the guys in front are just pulling away here. Probably should have spent a bit longer trying to get familiar with the car, but just want to get a race in. So yeah, we qualified 4th, the lap time was a 1:49.8. The guy in P1, I think he was in the top 10 board as well, he was a 1:48.4, so we're a whole 1.4 seconds, over a second behind the top 10 board at the moment. That's okay, I think we're about a second off the bottom of the top 10 board. So for the first time in the car, for the 20 odd minutes qualifying, I'm happy with that. There's definitely more time to come. Big tap into the spoon there, so I'm not sure, I probably did brake a little bit early, because like I say, I'm still not that familiar, but I think I braked that early. It could be that the GTR's got a different braking point. But yeah, that was that race really. We got a penalty for that because we left the track. And as soon as you're back in the pack, it's just clumsy, stumbling around. So there we go, that was that race. So now we're in 6th, we've got some more faster guys in the room. P1's still the same guy though, and he's still got that same lap, 1:48.4, and we've still got the 1:49.8, didn't manage to improve between the races. So sort of taking it easy the first lap or so. Just try and get a feel for the car. And yeah, so I found the NSX is tricky without traction control in the slow speed corners, but in the high speed corners it just feels really nice to drive. I don't know whether it's any better than the others, because like I say, I haven't driven the other ones, so I don't know if it's comparable or if it's miles better or if they're all quite nice. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the NSX. Like I say, apart from its how snappy it is because of the turbo coming on power, other than that, beautiful car to drive, really nice. Just be all the downforce, the aerodynamics. But it's just, you don't really have to fight it at all anywhere. It just turns in really easily. Very nimble. I think that's the best way to describe it. It just feels very light, very responsive. Like it just wants to do what you want it to do, basically. Feels like, okay, so I think the best way to judge a car is whether it feels like it's been tuned or not, and I'd say this one feels like you wouldn't even need to do too much to the settings. You know what I mean? It feels like it's already pretty much there. Well suited to Suzuka as well. We got a little tap on the way in, which gave us a wobble, and then because of that wobble I was a bit slower on the throttle on the way out, so he gave us another tap. So I feel a bit sorry for him there, because he got quite a big penalty for that, and I think he lost it as well, obviously coming off the power. Because I was a bit slow getting on the throttle from the tap, so it's just a bit clumsy, that, a bit unfortunate. And it might be because I'm not really feeling up to speed in the car, so I feel a bit bad for him there. We get a nice turn 1 there though. Turn 1, you can turn in for it around at the 50-metre mark in this car, the NSX, I don't know about the others. But yeah, in the NSX you can turn in for turn 1 without having brakes at the 50-metre mark, and then just brake through turn 1 towards that outer curb, before then just sort of floating the car into turn 2 and then gradually getting on the throttle on the way out. Yeah, Suzuka feels great in these cars. I never really got that Degner right in qualifying. I was either turning in too soon or then too late and taking too much. So loads of time to come. And the same with the second Degner actually. I kept sort of changing my mind between 3rd and 2nd gear, not carrying enough momentum through it, because you can take quite a lot on the outside of that Degner, like on the exit of the corner. Quite a lot of track it lets you get away with. Yeah, you want to be right on the outside as you turn in. So I wasn't until I'm not comfortable because I'm not using the full track width. Sort of gentle through spoon. You get a lot of good slipstream in these cars, obviously, because you get a lot of downforce. So you get a nice big toe down here, flat out, obviously through 130R. I might have a little lift because I'm in the toe. No, that's easy flat. Catch up a bit on the brakes. Easy through. I should be in second gear. Bogged down with traction control. Still got that penalty, but that's fine. It was more than a second. Well, it's not quite a second, but we're going to try and stretch the gap behind to more than a second, so we can just take this to the line. And again, a little bit through, not a little bit too fast through the first phase there, so I didn't brake enough between the turn in and turn 1, and then sort of floating the car into turn 2. So you can sort of be a bit wide through turn 2. None of this is looking particularly good to me either. All about just sort of controlling the speed through sector 1 of Suzuka. Quite tidy first Degner, pretty slow second Degner. That's just traction control bogging me down. We'll be quicker without it, but it's very easy to make a very small mistake in this car. I just felt, you know, for my first race in the car, I'll just keep traction control. And it's for everyone else's good as much as it is my own. I think it's probably saved me a few times in this race already. But then you do drive the car slightly differently when you know you've got the traction control on. Into the last lap, so not really looking like we're going to improve position, but we're still going to try and fight. But we're a bit too far behind, really. See how much we're gaining in turn 1. Pretty nice. Could have been a bit tighter from turn 2, but we've still got a good drive out. You can see that we've visibly closed the gap a bit. Nice through here, just control your speed. I was too wide through. It's messed me up all the way through this second sector, really. A bit wide on the first Degner. Yeah, I think probably third gear and just run it a bit wider on the exit from the second Degner. Very fast cars though. A nice addition, I think. Certainly the GT500 cars were always the most fun in previous Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 5, I think you could spend weeks at a time and all you do online was racing those things. Bit deep there, but it's worth just seeing how deep you can get away with. And also I want it to be close in case he did make a mistake into that chicane. So there we go, brought the car home. Enjoyed the race, enjoyed the drive, enjoyed the car. So I'm not going to try the GTR of the Lexus just yet. I'm going to stick with the NSX for now, and if there's any other Group 2 races, well, I don't know, I say that. We'll see what the track is, I suppose. I thought the NSX would be a good choice for Suzuka, and yeah, it felt really nice to drive. So there we go, guys. I hope you guys have been checking out some Group 2 races as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, take it easy. Bye.